Okay. So we'll be going through a couple of basic turns. We'll be playing with the prototype art instead of the final version of the dinosaurs here, simply because we haven't had all of the dinosaurs made yet. And so these are what we like to call the napkin dinosaurs that Brian and I drew a while ago, and then hand cut these cards to play as prototypes with. So the dice as well, we'll be playing with these little red dice to represent the dinosaurs versus the full Combino Dino dice that you saw on the page that we love so much. But we don't have a full set of those to play with either, so we'll be playing with these little red, just basic 12 millimeter dice. All right. So we already have the board started to be set up. We've both chosen our camps. You can start at any of the 4 camps on the island. With 2 players, you don't have to start across from each other. We could have started here and here, or over here and here, but we happen to have chosen those.
Yep.
And so since those have been picked, we now populate the dino side of the board with herbivores and carnivores. 8 herbivores to start, 4 carnivores. So this is the reason why the dinosaurs are dice. Just so you can roll them and they are randomly spawned on the numbers on this side of the board. Let's see, 3.
1, 1, 5. No love for the 2 and 6.
And so this way it starts randomly every time, and so you don't have an advantage by picking your camp first to know where the fossils may end up on the island, making every game a little bit different. And then you also start with 4, we got those herbivores on the paleontologist side of the board, right for picking. And then we're all set. So, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Short player goes first?
Shortest player goes first, so that would be you, my man.
All right, so to start your turn, you always start with taking a grant card here, which is your money. Mine is worth $20,000. I also could use it to draw an herbivore card. It's kind of a twist to some of the grant cards, but I'm just going to use it for 20 grand for this point. And I'm going to use it to buy a land permit right here in front of my camp. And so this is spent. Put it in the discard.
Yes. Each land plot is worth $20,000.
Right.
And you can utilize that to dig up, explore, to get an explore card.
Yeah, so as you're moving around the island, you're not only digging up fossils, but you're also just exploring the island for artifacts and all sorts of other little goodies. There are some dangerous pitfalls, both literally and figuratively, littered about the island. So there's a little risk reward, but that's your fast track to getting more moolah. So each of my characters are independent, so I'm going to use my intern here to move to this part of the island where I just purchased the land permit, and I'm going to choose to explore that, giving me 1 explore card.
Each worker can move up to 3 spots.
So I just moved 1 there. You can stop short. So I got an artifact worth $10,000. So I'm just going to save that for next turn. And then I'm going to move my paleontologist here 2 spots out to this fossil, and I'm going to attempt to excavate that fossil. Since it's not on my land, I have to roll a 5 or a 6 with my Cube of Destiny here. And if it were on my land, it would be much easier to get. It would be a 2 through 6. But here, since I don't own the permit yet, I have to get a better roll than that. So I got a 3, it's an unsuccessful dig, and that's my first turn. Both characters have moved. I got 10 grand, gained a land plot, and now I move over to the dino side of the board. Okay, so now on the dinosaur side of the board, strategically what I want to try to do is get dinosaurs to die near my camp, because that's easier for me to excavate. And so this portion of the map here is where I started, and so if I kill a dinosaur off in this area, it will appear as a fossil on my camp, which is the best. So you can move dinosaurs up to 5 spaces, and then you play an event card on them. Everyone starts with 3 event cards. They kill single dinosaurs, lots of dinosaurs. They protect dinosaurs from your foul-mouthed enemies over there. All the above. So
yes,
I'm going to move this carnivore 5 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right onto my camp. And I'm going to use a local event card. He tries to impress his friends. Death to Dino. Classic. You okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
So that one is spent. I discard it, move the dinosaur over to the other side of the board, and I take a new event card. And that's my whole turn. So we go to Brian.
All right, so now it's the good guy's turn. First, I get my money, grant card.
Money.
Ooh, 20,000 or an herbivore card. I'm going to use 20,000 to buy a land plot, and I'm going to use my intern to move out and explore. And let's see what we got. Ooh, an Archaeopteryx. It's a fossil card. Fossil cards you can put directly into your museum. This is part of our scoring system. It's 1 point, so I would get that 1 point every single turn until I replace it or until the game's over.
Right. And so one of the differences between the interns and paleos that both of us actually took a risk having our intern explore is because if you do run into a trap that happens to be a deadly trap and it's your intern, they are removed from play and dead forever.
Yes. Whereas paleontologists study a little bit more in the survival guide classes, and they actually just get sent back to camp. They don't get removed from the game.
Patch them up and they're ready to go next turn.
All right. So I'm going to use my paleontologist to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, actually just 2 spaces. Gonna move up to 3. I'll check my swing there. And I'm going to roll to try to dig up this herbivore. I get a 2, which is very classic for me. So no dinosaur bones for me this turn. That's all of my actions on the paleontology side. So let's move to the dinosaurs. I really want to dig up this carnivore. So I'm going to move it onto my yellow space here. 1, 2, 3. Dinosaurs can move up to 5 spots. And too bad he got a Charlie horse. He's got to be put down.
But I'm actually going to play a counter card, which prevents that dinosaur from dying. I can choose 1, so if we were to kill 3 or 4, I could only pick one of them. But you have to get up pretty early in the morning to kill that dino. So I'm going to save that guy from death. So he remains on that side of the board.
All right. Next time. So then I draw my card. Pete draws his card. I look at it, so I'm cheating. And back to Pete's next paleo turn.
Okay, so I think this is our 5th turn now. Pretty typical mid-game turn here. I actually lost an intern 2 turns ago and had to purchase a second one, so I'm down to just 2 available now. But I got a good feeling about this guy. He's doing pretty good. So I'm going to begin my turn by moving my intern into Brian's base. In an attempt to steal, he's left his base unattended, and this is actually something that only interns can do. Paleontologists are much too ethical to be caught rooting around in someone else's camp. So I'm going to my intern 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, into Brian's camp, and then I will roll to attempt to steal anything he has in his camp. So, including that $40,000 relic, or well, I guess it's a stego skull. That's the worst skull. I don't want that.
Oh no.
So if I get a 5 or a 6, just like if I'm rolling for a fossil off of my property, I'll get to take anything I want.
Awesome.
Just a bit outside. Got a 4, so now I'm just kind of
marooned
in his camp for the time.
My 40 grand is safe.
It is for now. So then I'm going to use my paleo again. I've got 3 fossils on my property here, so I'm just going to try to excavate this herbivore. To do that, I need to roll a 2 through 6. So I got a 3, so that's a successful dig. I remove the fossil and take a card here, and I got a Diplodocus tail. So that'll go into my camp. So now I've got 2 pieces of a dinosaur. I got that T-Rex body and the tail that I just dug up. It's a pretty awesome one. Like kangaroo rat.
Yep. Prehistoric kangaroo. That's like my favorite.
Real close. So that's my whole paleo turn. So we'll go over to the dino side now. I'm going to do a slightly more advanced move. So outside of playing your event cards, you can also kill off dinos by simply catching up to another dinosaur with any carnivore. And it's a move that can't be countered, and so I'm actually going to eat this carnivore with this one from behind. So that one immediately becomes a fossil and moves to the other side. And then I can still play an event card on that dinosaur that I moved. And so I'm also going to play this local card. He didn't look both ways. Got the dino.
Counter, I don't think so.
All right, that's fine. I got 1 at least, so I have 1 carnivore added pretty close to my property.
Can't let you have 2.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
2 meat-eating heads over there.
Ooh, I got a good card. All right, so that's my turn.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my turn. And first, as always, grand card. Just 20,000. It's okay by me. And I have 60,000 since I saved a $40,000 card from before. So I think it's time to do some serious work here. Since Pete left his dinosaur unattended, I'm going to try to sneak over here and get it. Since it's not my land, I need a 5 or a 6. Yes! Got a 6.
You're the worst.
Ooh. Triceratops body. Not the best body, but it'll do. I'm going to go ahead and spend all 60 grand. I'm going to use 20 grand to buy a new land spot. Let's go out here in the middle of nowhere. And 40 grand to buy a highly trained paleontologist. And you can use new workers right away. And since Pete thought he'd be real slick and try to break into my camp, steal my stuff, I'm going to kick him back. Since I own this land and I'm here, I'm going to kick him back to his camp. Untrained. Get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and use this new paleontologist.
Ruffian.
1, 2, 3. To explore there. An artifact. 10 grand. Another artifact for another 10 grand. No, it's a real snowball turner here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use this 20 grand. Because 10 plus 10 is 20. To buy another land. I'm thinking I'm going to expand this way because I know what's about to happen on my dino turn. Alright, so dino turn. You guys have seen local death cards? I'll show you a regional card. So I'm going to move this little herbivore. 5 spots. I'm going to play an earthquake card to shake things up. It's death to dinos within 5 spaces. So the epicenter is here. 5 spaces every direction.
Man.
Do you have any counters?
No.
Oh, man.
I wasted them all on your single local cards.
Dino slaughter.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's this one. All 3 of these.
It's not looking good.
And all 4 of these.
So now, because he killed all of the herbivores, the green dice, he respawns them. If you ever kill off one of the dice entirely, you just respawn them with their starting number. So he's going to roll 8 more and place them on the board.
And how does this happen?
You kill them all.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah. Life will find a way?
Life will find a way?
I don't know. One of the two.
I'm not a movieologist. That's the thing. No, I got it, Pete.
Do the honors.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so this is our 10th turn, maybe? Somewhere around there. We're getting pretty close to the end of the game here. You can see we've expanded territory a lot. We've got a lot of fossils on the board. I'm going to start my turn by taking my grant money. I'm going to spend that 20 grand with these 2 10 grand artifacts to buy my 3rd paleontologist.
Ooh,
old
full
lazy.
team.
Yeah, full team.
Yeah,
except for the interns. God rest Sally.
Oh.
Never forget. I'm going to start by rolling for these 2 fossils.
Mm-hmm.
Got the 3.
Got a 3.
I'm going to take the carnivore. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, did you guys want to see what I roll? I got a 3. And so I guess, to show you where I'm at here, I've got a Tyrannodochus here in my museum, which is pretty awesome. It's attracting 12 visitors per turn. 6 points times 2 matches is 12 points. So I'm sitting right now at 36 points. So it's 3 turns from the end for me. So Brian, I think, is a little bit closer. So I'm trying to assemble another dinosaur to catch him here before the end. So that guy's already gone.
Perfect Tyrannosaurus. That would help.
I know. I'm 1 away, but I don't have any more carnivores. Ooh, yeah, I do. I'm going to go over
here.
here, 1, 2, 3, to this spot, which I just bought with 2 carnivores on it to attempt to try to make this perfect T-Rex. All I need is a tail.
It's a giant spot.
So, yeah, it's real big. Get a 3, take one of those.
No.
Come on. It's close. Ooh, I got a raptor tail, but I've also got a raptor head here, so a raptor body would do a good thing too. So I'm actually going to move this guy away from that herbivore one to try to get this carnivore, because I need it real bad. Another successful roll with a 5. Another T-Rex body. So I'm going to bank this Tyrannosaur, which is a 10-point dinosaur. So now I'm getting 22 points per turn.
Ooh, me too.
Which is a little bit better. So might be able to catch Brian depending on how my next turn goes. So that puts me at 58 points to 100. So in 2 more turns, I'll be there.
All right.
So we'll go to my dinosaur side. Okay. Dino side of the board, since we're getting close to the end here, I don't really have to worry too much since Brian basically has as many fossils as he wants. I'm going to go ahead and play this global card, which is a meteor strike. Death to all the dinosaurs on the island.
I'm going to save one.
Which would you like?
I'm going to save this one that's on your property.
Okay, well, I'm going to take this one that's also on my property.
With my counter card.
Oh, I got that already. So the rest of these die.
Oh no.
Take a new card.
Next turn you're looking pretty good.
And then to you.
Alright, so I'm looking pretty good here. I have lots of dinosaurs to choose from. I'm going to go ahead and get my grant card. As every... Pete. Alright, I can get 20 grand or a carnivore card. I'm going to go ahead and get the 20 grand. with my other 20 grand I saved from last turn, get myself a paleontologist.
I love that you bought a paleo and now you're going to try to dig up a carnivore with your paleo that you spent money on.
It's not. All right. All right, I'm going to go with Mr. Leans over here. I'm going to dig up an herbivore.
The question is, can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
You did indeed.
I did indeed. Hoo-hoo. Stegosaurus caboose. The best.
The worst.
I'm going to go with this paleontologist over here. Since each worker can do an action independently. Pretty sure we covered that. All right. Let's go with, Alden booties.
Double duty. Double duty.
And then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3.
I hope you get a third Stegosaurus tail.
I hope I do too.
Oh!
Yes! Just so I didn't.
Oh, man.
That's the worst.
So, yeah, if you roll a 1, even if you're on your own property attempting to excavate, you don't have a successful day to dig.
My yes was sarcastic.
Right.
Just so we're clear.
Right.
And I'm sad. But, let's pull this up here. My museum's looking pretty good. I'm getting 22 points per turn. Got a Stegosaurus and a Diplodocus and 2 little fossils. Dino poop should be bonus points, really. I'm already at 55. I'll go up to 77 after this turn. Let's go ahead and move over to my dino side. All right, so my dinos, I'm doing pretty good. I need more herbivores though, so let's go and move this one to the yellow, and I'm going to say he tripped, or she. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right. All right. You got to win it on this turn.
All right, so final score was Pete 103, Brian 99, going to 100. I think Brian had a shot to win it at the end, but had a couple unfortunate 1 rolls with his paleos.
Yeah. Not good.
But yeah, pretty good game overall. That early Tyrannodocus is what did it for me. So you may have noticed these fame cards here as we were playing. It's just another way to score points and kind of focuses on some of the events that happened during the game. We plan on going over those in detail in a future update, so be sure to check that out as well.
Mm-hmm. More updates coming.
Woo.
Woo.
Beep, boop.
Beep, boop, beep.